Hello there, and today we're doing an FPL review for game week number 33. That right, it was the blank game week, and we're looking at how we got on this week. So let's do the grand reveal, shall we? The points this week for Why Do I Never Win was 57. Thank you very much. We'll take that. Very solid stuff indeed. Let's just make this a bit clearer for us to see. Thank you. Hello there. And we are reviewing my FPL team for this week. A very solid week for me, considering it was in a very bad state at one point in the game week. But it's all right. We recovered and we had a pretty decent week. So let me go through every single different, scenario and part of my team, each player, and how they got on in this blank game week 32. So there's only one place to start, and that is, of course, the man between the sticks, Emi Martinez. Now, you can call me genius, but last week I did go with Martinez over Mendy. Mendy didn't play, and I stuck with my guns this week. I went with Martinez, and it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate at the end of the day. If I go with Mendy, then I'm not going to be making any gains on people that are starting Mendy. So, at the end of the day, with Martinez, it is what it is. It's a shame, but Martinez did get that extra point for his saves. He made 3 saves in his game against West Bromwich Albion. Couldn't get that clean sheet, though. One that we thought would come. And Matt Target, once again, disappointing 1-pointer. He didn't get a yellow card, to be fair to him, this week, but he just concedes too many goals. And Martinez has been amazing all season, but recently Villa's defence hasn't been the most solid. But we've got to persevere with them. We've got to hold fire because we know that double will be coming later on in the season. But yeah, disappointing stuff from Emi there. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. He's a great goalie to just, keep all season. And, he did make that really good save in the game where he tipped one over the bar. Nearly an own goal from Ezri Konsa, who had an absolute stinker of a game. The centre-back, he made about 5 big mistakes, and of course the last one leading to that West Bromwich Albion own goal for Tyrone Mings, second goal for West Bromwich Albion. But anyway, it was not great for Martinez, and we did put Mendy on our bench this week because mainly we thought that, Lingard would actually score, and it therefore would take that clean sheet away from Edouard Mendy. But, the fixture on paper was so good against West Brom this week. I know that, a few weeks ago, that was the same thing for Mendy and we didn't get the points, but it was still Martinez. You still had to back him, and it's a shame to have not gone well, but it is what it is. I would have liked 3 extra points, but it wouldn't have, done much to make a difference this week. Ultimately, it's very good to see that Martinez is still putting in good performances. Just it'll be a matter of time when he gets those bonus points back. And yeah, it is what it is. Sir Maximan on the bench as well. Let's just quickly touch on him because I brought him in for game week 32. We got him straight away an assist against West Ham. And then we thought, what should we do this week? Because he's got a tough run of games. So we've made the interesting decision to keep him. And we decided this week to bench him because he was playing Liverpool. And that was a good decision because 2 points, he does, to be fair to him, he scores more points this week than the players that I played, Target and Jotter. But I just had a feeling that, he'd blank against Liverpool. So I'm glad that I did bench him, and I'm happy with that one. But yeah, I kept him future for the rest of the game week and for the maybe foreseeable season because I just think he's a great threat. He's a big part of that Newcastle team, and it wasn't worth me selling him after just buying him. So, yeah, he sat on my bench, but got the 2 points there. And, of course, the other 2 people on my bench, the 2 blankers this week, were Harry Kane and Heung-min Son, both playing in the EFL Cup final defeat to Manchester City. And that's fine because, that was always going to happen, and you want to keep them because they've got that great fixture in game week 34. We say great fixture, Sheffield United just won and Spurs are a little bit off form, but in terms of fixtures to target, you don't get much better than that. Home against Sheffield United. So yeah, we're happy about that, but obviously couldn't play this week. So let's talk about the rest of my team, like outfield players for this Why Do I Never Win FPL side. And the first player to talk about is basically a little bit of Stuart Dallas. And this guy, he just never disappoints, does he? Like, what a legend. He might not have got a goal this week, but you start him, you put the faith in him, and he repays you. An unexpected clean sheet from the lad. You just never doubt him. You know, at the end of the day, whether they keep clean sheets unexpectedly against these Big Six teams or they score goals against these Big Six teams, Leeds' assets are good to own. And I'll admit, I did sell Patrick Bamford this week, but he's just not been on great form. And, you know, Dallas can get all the goals himself. He's that good. But maybe we get back Rafinha when he's, you know, fit to play. He's not at the minute. And Bamford, I need to see a bit of form before I hop back on. Because I sold Bamford this week for Ollie Watkins, who we'll talk about just in a second. But yeah, really it is a great bonus to have that clean sheet versus Manchester United. And interestingly enough, the guy that's been doing points week in, week out recently, Trent Alexander-Arnold, this is the week he blanks. And yeah, it was a bit of a shame because you'd expect it against Newcastle to get points. But at the end of the day, Newcastle kept believing, they kept pushing, and you know, you really can't overstate the great influence that Dwight Gale has had in that goal, winning their aerial header really well and then knocking it on for the substitute Joe Willock. Again, how he's not starting these games, I don't know, but he just always makes an impact late on. So fair play to him. He's really done well at Newcastle since making the move from Arsenal. And yeah, real gutting blow to not see that Trent clean sheet. We didn't see those attacking returns. He did have a few good chances, to be fair. So it really could have been a lot more for Trent. But a 2-pointer, it is what it is. And we move on to next week, which is another tough fixture. But we mentioned about top 6 games. They also can be quite tight and 0-0 games with Manchester United. So then moving on, we've got another 2-pointer. And that is Lewis Dunk. Not a great pattern this defence is doing right now. Apart from Stuart Dallas, of course. Now, Stuart Dunk was the player we brought in this week. Against Sheffield United, you would have backed him all the way. And it's just one of those things, like, come on, Dunk. You just got to be joking. Against the already relegated team, to go and lose and to not get that goal from a set piece. We just thought it was a great fixture for those clean sheet points and for those goal points. But this week was unfortunate timing. Let's put it that way at least. So, yeah, real shame about that. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know, we brought in Dunk for those good fixtures. And hopefully he can get some more points in the upcoming weeks against the likes of Leeds, who are very leaky from set pieces, Wolves as well, and West Ham have had a pretty awful defence as well quite recently. So, yeah, Stuart Dunk, don't mind it. Then we move on to absolutely beautiful stuff from Timothy Castagna. Thank you very much. What a legend. And what do I always say on this channel? It's always a Belgian. It is. You got to echo the words of Spencer FC. I mean, this guy, he has been off it recently, but he got back on it against West Brom. And I watched the highlights of that game and I thought, tell you what, Castagna is looking absolutely brilliant. And it was against West Brom at the Hawthorns that he kind of did that start of his Leicester career in a great way and everyone was taking notice of him. And he was just brilliant again against Crystal Palace. What a goal that was. It's such a difficult technique, that one. Gets pulled back to him so well by Kelechi Iheanacho, but then he just laces it and gets the right placement on it to just kind of caress the shot into that top corner. Brilliant finish from Timothy Castagna, and we get the bonus point along with it. So that, my friends, is how we transfer in players for this week. Castagna came in, of course, for the player that is knowing by the name, when I say knowing, I mean going by the name, dearie me, of Ruben Diaz, because obviously he didn't have a game this week and rotation. So that was a great transfer and we're really loving that. So Timothy Castagna, you absolute legend. So this is how our defence was looking for the start of the week, and basically I was thinking, I tell you what, don't mind this. You know, it's been a decent start and we've got to keep on believing. I think hopefully we should get ourselves some more juicy points. But how did it go after that? The midfield, absolute shambles. So we played a 5-3-2 formation this week, which was a bit of an odd one, but it just seemed right because the defence looked like they had fairly decent fixtures, and if not, they had that goal threat. But Bruno Fernandes, you're just a bit of a letdown at this point. Like, what are you doing? He's getting so many blanks, and he's just been a real disappointment recently. He's dropping in price. He's not getting points. United, they got the second place, realistically. I mean, against Leeds, you just thought, yeah, okay, leaky game against Leeds. But no, Leeds keep a clean sheet. So now he's got Liverpool, Villa, Leicester, Fulham and Wolves. All right, you'd imagine the Liverpool game is probably going to be quite tight. Aston Villa, that could be anyone's game, to be honest, the way Villa have played this season. But, a penalty is sometimes a thing that Villa give away quite a lot, so could be perfect with Bruno. Leicester at home, that's again going to be a tight game. But, in the reverse fixture, it was quite high scoring, and Bruno did well against Leicester. Fulham, you'd fancy that for a few points. And then Wolves, well, Wolves have been defensively quite leaky, and I don't know. I feel like there's still points for Bruno, but it's just so hard to stay patient right now. But anyway, 3 points against Leeds. It's a clean sheet point, but yeah, we want those attacking returns from Bruno, and we're just not getting it at the minute. But the most frustrating midfielder of them all this week was Diogo Jotter. I mean, what is he doing, man? He just misses big chances at the minute, and since I brought him in, game week 31, he's done nothing. It's just so annoying. But it is what it is, we just maybe got to persevere with this. But Aston Villa, at home, 2 points. Away, Leeds, 3 points. Home, Newcastle, 1 point. And the sad thing is, he doesn't even get taken off after 60 minutes. 57th minute, leave it out, Jurgen Klopp. Oh, dearie me. And it could have been a clean sheet point if Liverpool had held on. And I don't know, it's just a bit of a nightmare at this point. So, Diogo Jotter, not really on form right now, but he might be one to maybe keep the faith with. Jesse Lingard, 2 points. Well, it's finally ended, people. I can't believe we've actually had to say this, but Lingard has not scored in a game week. Yeah, Chelsea are pretty solid defensively, to be fair, but I thought Lingard would score past them, hence why I started Lingard and even vice-captain Lingard, but then benched Mendy. And yeah, just not quite West Ham on their game really against Chelsea, but you'd understand that against a very solid defence that Tuchel has really implemented there. And, the Balbuena red card, just an absolute joke. Thank goodness it was rescinded. But West Ham just, not quite on form in this game, but I'm sure they'll be back for a bit of vengeance against Burnley, which, could be an interesting one. Then up front, Ollie Watkins, we bring him in for Bamford. Thank you very much. Assist, we'll take that. It was a bit of a jammy assist, a bit of a late assist. And yeah, all right, fair enough. Carl Bartley makes the mistake. It comes off his chest. They score it. But he still had to win that header. He still had to create the chance, and we'll take the return. That's ultimately decent stuff. And we know upcoming, hopefully, provided that is not postponed, I think they have a double, Aston Villa. So that would be perfect for Target, Martinez and Watkins alike. And finally, leave the best till last. Kelechi Iheanacho, captain this week. 12 points, 24 in total. Thank you very much. All those people captaining Salah, and the people that didn't have Salah, they were like, oh no, I was one of them. But those Salah captainers, Iheanacho does better. Thank you very much. It's what you love to see. A goal of the highest order, an assist, 3 bonuses. You just don't get better than that. Lovely, lovely stuff. Mendy, obviously, we talked about. Saint-Maximin, Kane and Son. So that is the team. Let me just show it to you for one last time. There it is. What a beautiful little team that is. I mean, yeah, points this week, not too bad. It could have been better, but it is what it is. So let's just wrap up then my review. How many did we score? 57. But what has that done for our overall rank? It's a green arrow, of course it is. We're up to 309,069. So that is a increase of 10k. Actually, a little bit more than 10k, but basically that's a really good week. It's our second best game week rank since game week 28. Get in there, my son. And we're on an overall points of 2015, which is interesting because the weekend of 2015, Watford got promoted after Brighton got lost against Watford. And we got promoted this weekend as well. You'll love to see it. But anyway, no, back to FPL. Despite taking what was a really bold -8 hit to make it 49 in total, my transfers really did work out and they made up for it. So, yeah, I'm not being funny. No one would have called that Blades result, so that was a disappointing thing. But we've smashed the average this week of 21 points difference. And, yeah, it was looking like a big, fat red arrow. But the Leicester lads saved the day. And we brought Watkins and Castagna 4 minutes before the deadline. But, you know, last minute genius. That is what we do in this team. So thanks for watching this FPL review of Game Week 33. Check out my FPL preview on, is it Friday? Yeah, Friday deadline this week. And smash a like on it. I'll see you in the next one.